Hi everyone, you're welcome to yet another edition of Life Essential Talk where we talk about marriage, parenting, and fundamental life issues. Well, I get better talk for you today, and it's all about what married couples should do to have a healthy marriage. Now, when it comes to marriage, you need to have a stable marriage for you to be happy. If you know day inside marriage way good, you go be like say you day inside hell. If you know day inside marriage way they stable, honestly, it better make you comot for that marriage because na so suffer you where you go suffer. You will not even look happy for a day. It won't be good for you. That is why when you see some women, they are looking haggard. You now ask what is happening. You trace it back to bad marriage. Sometimes you see a man looking haggard. You now ask what is happening. You trace it to bad marriage. So that is why when you enter this institution called marriage, you need to stay there gidigba. Not just staying there gidigba. It needs to be stable and healthy for you to glow. If not, now so cry where you go to cry every time. And who wants that? Nobody wants that kind of marriage. Nobody wants that. Some people, they think it's a child's play. You dey marriage, you think it's a child's play. It's not a child's play. Nobody said it's going to be easy. So you have to do all you can to learn how to have a healthy marriage. If you don't know. No things saying just to enter there, they do anyhow. If you do anyhow, and so you go do anyhow, commit yourself for that marriage. And nobody wants that. So for you to have a healthy marriage, there are certain things you need to know for you to have that stable marriage. And that is what I'm here to talk about. Now, the first one is communication. You see, this communication, without it, I don't think any marriage would be there. I don't think there will be a stable marriage. You need to communicate with your guy. You need to communicate with your babe. You need to talk about things. You don't have to stay mute or keep it inside of you. No, talk. Just find time where your moods, they okay. Your husband's mood, your wife's mood, they okay. Some people say they talk in the middle of the night. Some people say early morning. Some people, they have their time. So whatever suits you, whatever you think that will work for you, use it. Talk about that issue. Amicably. Not be say you go talk, everyone go hear your voice. No. Communication is all about talking constructively. You should talk and have feedback. You should talk and have that solution to whatever issue you wish to talk about. So communication is very important. Don't say, what is there? The thing go handle itself. The thing go handle himself. Waiting. If you don't talk about them, so the thing will be escalating. The thing will just be growing until it gets to a point where, boom, it will just explode. So you need to communicate. Communicate is crucial when it comes to marriage. Effective communication is all we talk about. Now, another one is you should have time for yourselves. No be say because you get pikin, you're not going to have time for yourselves again. Because of that child, of your children, you cannot make out time for yourselves again. Some use it as excuses. Hey, how can I leave my child? How can you leave how can I leave my children? You will be there talking about children and you lose your marriage. And you know what it is. You know how it will affect you, affect your children. Make out time. Go on dates. Those things when they do that time when they date, I beg, rekindle them. Start they do them again. Make out time to go out there. Have fun. You can get someone to stay with your kids. You can get someone to stay with your children. Go out there and have fun. Just both of you. If you want to make it family time, beautiful. But in this case, my brother, my sister, make out time for both of you. Go out there and have fun. Talk about good old days. There are certain things you will talk about and it will help to keep your marriage beautiful. Honestly. So do not stay there. They do like one old school. Even old school say know what thing they want and what they want to really do. So don't just be there. Go out, make time for yourself, have fun, cool fun, and you won't regret it. Now, another one is to argue fairly, to agree to disagree. Now, some people do not know how to argue. I'm still learning how to argue. I'm still learning how to argue fairly. No be say you go argue, your neighbors will hear your voice. No be say you go argue, everybody go hear you, they shout, they shout, they shout. What kind of argument is that? No be say you go argue, your children go enter on that chair. Oh, God, who knows what they're doing there? You should learn how to argue in a good tone. Learn how to argue fairly. Argue, agree, disagree, voice your opinion in a constructive way. After that, you still go on with your lives as if nothing happened. And when you argue like this, your children will learn. Oh, this is how my parents used to argue. You know, it will help them to know how to argue fairly. And when you argue, try to listen to the other person. Not when you argue, you want the other person to agree to your own. He will also want you, assuming you're a woman, to agree to his. So you learn how to talk and talk constructively. You don't need to shout. Shout in such a way that people will wonder, what in these people they do? What is happening there? Are they fighting? When you argue, nobody should think that you're fighting. They might even enjoy that, the way the thing, they flow. That's how argument should be. That's how it should be. Learn to argue fairly. Another one, learn to forgive. Hey, when it comes to women, when you do some certain things, some things, we know we'll forget. I'm using women because I know that sometimes it's like that with us. You do something to forget na wahala, to forgive na problem. Learn to forgive, learn to forget. Now, when things happen like this, not when they talk better thing, you now bring it in. You see, that's the way this thing happened the other time. That's why you did this. And the person who asks, I think say you don't forgive. How can I forgive? How can I forgive? The same thing with men. They might do their own coolly, as if they have forgotten, as if they have forgiven. For where? And when you start bringing in those things, it will scatter your marriage. So when things happen, sometimes these things we do to ourselves can be overwhelming. When it happens, try to forgive. Now you're man now you're woman. Now you're man and now you're woman. Try to forgive yourselves. I know there are certain things that will happen and you find it very difficult to forgive. But what? If you want that marriage, you still want that marriage. Because the ball is in your court. You need to want the marriage for you to know how you can forgive and forget. So if you want your marriage to be healthy, to be stable, please learn to forgive and forget. I don't talk am. Now 4 things were outlined now. Now 4 things were I discussed. So please listen and try to get it right. Try to get it right. Good marriage, they sweet. Good marriage, they very, very sweet. So if you want your marriage to be stable, to be healthy, do all these things. Plus the ones where I never talk. Do all these things and things will be okay. So please, if you have not subscribed, I beg you to please subscribe. I remain Dr. Uche. See you next time. Bye.